Viscotherm. It is an instrument which is used to control the viscosity to be delivered to the main engine. It is to be noted that the heavy fuel oil needs to be maintained at 15 to 13 centistrokes of viscosity in order to provide a smooth and efficient combustion. Stroke is controlled. So viscotherm, it controls the output of the fuel oil given to the engine via digital circuit, control air and heating steam. This is the diagram. The fuel inlet, this is the fuel inlet. Fuel enters, some of the fuel enter inside the housing and some of the fuel pass over the housing. The fuel that enters inside the housing has pushed by a gear pump of 40 rpm rotating, and there is a difference in the pressure due to this. The difference in the pressure is measured by a DP transmitter. It measures the difference in pressure directly into the centistrokes, and there is a local thermometer as well. The fuel moves from out of the capillary tube and housing directly out of the viscotherm. This is the block diagram for the digital circuit. The fuel enters the heaters, and after heater it will enter into the viscotherm device, but the fuel needs to be heated via steam. So steam, we will control the heating of the steam via this circuit. The pressure in between the capillary tube pushed by the gear pump and the pressure outside of the housing will be measured. This difference in pressure is measured directly in terms of centistrokes, and this DP transmitter sends this signal to a PI controller. This PI controller decides the amount of air that needs to be supplied to this pneumatically controlled valve so that the heating of the steam can be provided to achieve the required centistroke output. So 1 bar of air is given to this controlled signal. It is by a hand or by auto control, and the air given out is in the range of 0.2 to 1 bar of control air pressure. This pneumatically controlled valve controls the heating steam provided. The steam is supplied to the heater and drained out. This will control the temperature. Once the temperature is reached to the particular required PI controller, the feedback loop is also present. This feedback loop will activate a stop and will maintain the air controlled circuit to that determined condition, and which will lead to transfer of fuel to a required centistroke, that is 13 to 15. This is side line is a bypass line. So again, fuel enters from the supply, goes through the heater. Heating steam is controlled by pneumatically controlled valve, and this pneumatically controlled valve is controlled by the control air, and the feedback loop is also provided to maintain the condition, and the fuel flows. If there is not required for heating, it will be bypassed. If it is required for heating, it will go through the viscotherm unit.